Hey, what's up, guys? So we are back with part 2. We're going to be going over this beautiful shelf right here. So I have some up here that I already kind of took down, and then there are also this bottom shelf. All these shelves aren't full all the way, but bottom shelves are basically just filled with, or at least the bottom shelf, the last one, are just filled with extra Blu-ray cases. So you don't really need to see those. It's just a bunch of them. I think there's like 20 or 30 of them down there. But we're going to get into this top little shelf right here. So these are a couple things that some of them should go over in the DC section. I just haven't really put them there. But first is Alfred Hitchcock Part 1. This is just the original OG 4K box set, and then you also have the 4K box set Part 2. So I just love Alfred Hitchcock. So whenever I can get any of his movies, you'll see further down the line too, I have another box set of about 20 or 30 of his movies as well. Next up we have is Dread on 4K. I just love this steelbook. I love the artwork, the way it looks. And I love Dread. It's an awesome movie. Hopefully we get a sequel, but I highly doubt it. Next thing is Swamp Thing on Blu-ray. This is actually out of print, so I believe these are going to for, I think, $80 to $120 each. So it's highly sought after. I believe it's Scream Factory. Yeah, Scream Factory. So it's a pretty sought after Blu-ray. I have the Hellboy Pop Art Steelbook. Just on Blu-ray. Maybe I should get it on 4K. I don't know. And then again, Hellboy 2, Golden Army. Just, your run-of-the-mill regular Blu-ray Steelbook. Scott Pilgrim 4K. Again, like I said, some of these should go over to the comic book section. Honestly, all of them should, but I just haven't put them over there yet. Howard the Duck. You can't go wrong with Howard the Duck. Maybe it's not that good of a movie, but it's still awesome. I love this movie. And then Blade 4K, Wesley Snipes. We'll see how the new one that's coming out, I think 2024 is, but I mean, I don't know. Old school is what I like. So, like I said, this shelf and the one next to it is basically all of my horror combined. There are some horror movies kind of here and there, but for the most part, this is literally all of my horror movies. So let's get into that shelf that's missing. So we're going to have Trick or Treat. I really wish this would get a 4K release or just something. I believe there's a rumor Trick or Treat 2 coming out, a sequel, but who knows? Who knows when it's ever going to come out. Stephen King's It, the original with Tim Curry. But then I feel like what's coming. It, Chapter 2, Chapter 1. I just love these movies. I love Pennywise and Bill Skarsgård, the way he played Pennywise. People might hate me for it, but I like it better than Tim Curry's. Maybe people are going to come at me for that. So then we have Us on 4K. Get Out. I don't even know if there's a 4K for this. I don't think so, but there should be. And then I got Nope. Again, plain little steelbook. I mean, some people hated it. I'm alright with it. But I just like steelbooks. We got Cooties. Awesome movie if you haven't seen it. It's really funny. Just a good zombie, but not zombie movie. Jennifer's Body. Rosemary's Baby. And then we got my Alien run right here. So Alien Covenant. Prometheus. We got AVP. You can't go wrong with it. It might not be the best movie by any means, but damn, it's a good action movie. Got the beautiful Alien Steelbook. I just absolutely love the way this looks, the way the green comes out of it. And then, if that's not enough, I have the Alien Anthology, all on Blu-ray, but then you get all 4 of the original. So hopefully Aliens 2 comes out with a 4K sometime, but who knows? Who knows? James Cameron just decides he wants to do Avatar movies and doesn't want to do The Abyss on 4K. I'm not going to get into it. I don't want to get too tangent. So next up, we have a nice little Scream run. So we have the newest Scream. So, if you liked it, if you didn't like it, leave it down in the comment section below. Who knows? I know I'm excited for the newest one, Scream 6. Then we have Scream 2, the original Scream. And then because I didn't have 3 or 4 on 4K because they haven't released them, I'm hoping they just do 2 more steelbooks for 3 and 4. Who knows? But I have, 1, 2, 3, and 4 right here. So, yeah, I got them all. Next up, we got The Fly. I just love these steelbook, art covers. There's some kind of littered throughout my collection here. But it's like the Day of the Dead, Los Muertos kind of deal. And then, just plain on the inside, there's nothing crazy, but it's just cool artwork. Killer Clowns from Outer Space. Bride of the Reanimator. The Reanimator, which I just love this steelbook. It's just awesome. The Exorcist, which I'm excited because we're getting a 4K pretty soon. Evil Dead. I don't really want to upgrade to the 4K. I heard the 4K is not that great, and there's really not much added to it, so why waste my money? And then we got Army of Darkness, the brand new steelbook 4K. The old school Army of Darkness on Blu-ray steelbook. I just love the artwork, and it's out of print now, so it's worth a bit of money. And then Evil Dead and Evil Dead 2, the 4K steelbook collection. I just love these movies. As you can see, I have the collection up top too. And before we get into this next section right here, if you could like, subscribe, hit the bell notification, leave a comment down in the section below. Let me know. Are you liking these movies? Are you liking my collection? Again, I always enjoy talking about my collection. I love movies, so I could talk about movies all day. So if you guys are liking that, leave it down in the comment section below. What have you kind of seen that I haven't gone over yet? Are you excited for that? But without further ado, let's get into the next section. Alright, so this next section up here is going to be kind of the bulk of my Scream Factory steelbooks and like old school steelbooks, new steelbooks. So let's just get into it. We're going to have Prince of Darkness on steelbook. This is the regular Blu-ray. I do have multiple copies of these. I have Blu-rays and 4Ks just because the steelbooks right here, they're out of print, so they are worth a little bit more money, and I love the artwork on all of these, so I just want to keep them. I just enjoy them, so, kill me in the comment section because I have duplicates, but they're all upgrades, okay, so I don't want to hear it. But with that being said, Prince of Darkness on 4K, and I really threw that at the camera, but Prince of Darkness on 4K, all these 4Ks, they are top-notch, they look great for the most part. Some of them are better than others, but either way, I love them all. So then we have The Thing on 4K. I held off on buying this for the longest time because I just held out hope that I was going to be able to get that 4K Best Buy exclusive steelbook, but it just never came back out. Sucks to suck, I guess. And then we have The Thing, regular Blu-ray, steelbook. Again, like I said, the Day of the Dead, So the Hills Have Eyes. This is the newer one. I can't remember what year it came out, but this is the remake of it. My Bloody Valentine. I just, again, love the artwork of these. They did such a great job. Pumpkinhead. Assault on Precinct 13, the original John Carpenter edition. Big Trouble in Little China. We have They Live steelbook. Again, I just love the artwork on front and back. It just looks awesome. Plus, you can't go wrong with John Carpenter. These are old school classic movies. And then They Live 4K. We have The Fog on Blu-ray. But then we have that 4K steelbook of The Fog. Had to pick up Carrie 4K steelbook. The Crazies. This is the remake. This is not George Romero's. You'll see the George Romero somewhere over here somewhere in the Arrow section. Disturbia. This is definitely an underrated, it's a horror movie, but it's a thriller movie too, but I keep it in horror because, why not? It's my collection. I can do what I want. Ready or Not. Such an awesome movie. I can't say that it's underrated because everybody that sees it seems like they love it. But such a good movie. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. Same thing, Scout's Guide to the Zombie Apocalypse. If you have not seen this, this is an underrated movie. This is such a solid movie. It's so good and it's funny. Then you follow it up with The Night House. Again, this really either people liked it or hated it. I enjoyed it. I was kind of in the middle. I liked it for what it was. Had some really good scares, but I just wanted more. Next, we got The Ring steelbook. I like this, and I even like the, what the steelbook looks like underneath, but I hate that it's just a paper copy, like a regular slip. Lionsgate's been killing it with all of their, clear slips and their steelbooks and all that. I feel like they could have done something a little cooler with that instead of just making it a regular slip, but, I don't own Paramount. We have Escape from LA. Say what you will, I just keep it with all the John Carpenter stuff, and I keep it with the next couple titles because it's a sequel. Escape from New York, the Blu-ray steelbook, and then Escape from New York, the 4K. Again, I do have, for most of these, if I have the Blu-ray and I buy the 4K, on my channel I do basically a 4K versus Blu-ray, and I'll post, shots of each movie and all that, and kind of go in depth with the picture quality and that. So go look for them if you want more of a more in-depth review of those movies and the 4Ks and, how they look. Form your own opinion. Return of the Living Dead 2. Return of the Living Dead on 4K, which, again, picture quality is awesome. But then you have the original steelbook, which I love that artwork. I mean, again, horror movies have such good artwork, especially the old VHS movies. Slumber Party Massacre. I have the Howling steelbook or not 4K, Blu-ray. Getting ahead of myself. Because then I have the Howling 4K. Not everybody liked that transfer, but I thought it was pretty good. I know the big complaint was it was too grainy, but it's what you get. It's old movies. And then we have, last but not least on the shelf, Motel Hell. Alright, and next shelf we're going to have is basically all 4K, just regular, with slip, without slip. I don't really care too much about the slip. I mean, if I get it, cool, I'll take it, but whatever. So we have Dracula on 4K. I know they came out with that cool steelbook, but it was the same art, same transfer, same everything, so I'm not going to buy it. Possessor, the uncut version, which, if you're ever going to watch this movie, get the uncut version. It definitely is a lot better. Misery on 4K. I think one of the best Stephen King book to movie adaptations. Silence of the Lambs on 4K. Invasion of the Body Snatchers, the original on 4K. Suspiria on 4K. This cost me a pretty penny, so if you can find it for a good price, definitely, but I know it's out of print and it's been up there, so I think it's like $40-50 now, but either way, this is one of the best transfers you will ever see to 4K. It looks, especially with the colors in this movie, phenomenal. Next one up, Train to Busan. Like I said, I have a review of a 4K versus Blu-ray on this. The picture quality looks a lot better. So if you're going to pick up this movie, definitely pick up the 4K. I think you can get it on Amazon right now for like $15. Maybe the sale's gone, but either way. We got Black Christmas on 4K. Just a good original slasher. Alligator on 4K. Just weird, obnoxious. I mean, honestly, it's a good movie for... You wouldn't think so. It's just a big alligator eating people, but it's enjoyable. The Craft. We all know about what happened with that release. We got Life Force. Tobe Hooper just... being weird, being Tobe Hooper. We got Species on 4K. Krampus, one of my favorites that I watch every Christmas. I just love Michael Dougherty. So anything he does, I'm going to watch. Last Night in Soho. I say it's a horror movie, so come at me, but I think it's a horror movie. At least I think it is. Next up, Mayhem. A underrated, awesome movie. If you haven't seen it, go see it. Dementia 13, the first movie of Francis Ford Coppola. Go watch it. I don't know. It's a good movie. I enjoy it. It's not going to be for everyone. I guarantee that. Next one up, we got Seven. Just waiting on a 4K. Come on, David Fincher, give me a 4K. We got the Ford Final Destination movies. I'm iffy. These are old school. I like them, but some are good, some are terrible. Most of them are pretty solid, actually. Next one up we got is Panic. You could probably find this at the Dollar General for $1, but it's an RLJE film. It's just a kind of a funny, gory but funny, kind of self-aware movie. So if you like those movies, I would go seek it out. We got Underwater is next. It's a big monster movie. It's a horror movie to me. 30 Days of Night. As Above, So Below. I'll tell you this movie is, at least to me, this movie's dark. So if you're looking for something like that, with the 7 realms of hell and all that crazy stuff, go watch that movie. And then we have Nightmare Alley, which I consider this a horror movie if you ever seen this or the original, which I think the original is going to be back here somewhere. But I consider it a horror movie, especially how it ends, the whole way through, how his life. Go watch it. It's a solid movie. Watch this one or watch the original. Next up from Vinegar Syndrome, it's a so bad it's good movie, but Tammy and the T-Rex, one of Paul Walker's first, Denise Richards. Paul Walker basically gets turned into a T-Rex, and it's so obnoxious, but it's a so bad it's good. I had to get it on 4K. We have I Know What You Did Last Summer on 4K, with the transfer looks pretty solid with that. VFW, if you haven't seen this, you can probably buy it anywhere for like $5, but it's got a lot of old school greats. I think Stephen Lang's in here. I mean, there's a lot of good, old school kind of horror actors and that in here, but it's just a crazy, over the top, I guess it would say bar fight, but it's a solid movie. Life, Hellfest, Overlord, which I absolutely love this movie, so go watch it. It's just great. Hereditary, and The Invisible Man, which, again, a great movie. So before we get into this last little shelf right here, I do have 2 pops. I really don't collect a lot of pops anymore. I sold a lot of mine off. But I have just the 2 Stephen King. Hopefully that focuses there. But Stephen King, this is him, obviously Carrie. He's just reading his book, but he also has the hatchet in his hand. So it's just like an homage to, movies or books that he wrote. And then the other one is Stephen King. I don't know if you can see it, but he's holding his little balloon there. And then, holding on to his book as well. So obviously referencing it. Alright, so next we have Escape Room, the second one, and then the original Escape Room. I enjoy them. They're not the best movies by any means, but they're fun horror movies that you can kind of turn on and maybe go do something else. We got The Lighthouse, say what you will. I feel like this is definitely a horror movie. 28 Days and 28 Weeks Later. Apparently we're supposed to be getting 28 months later. Fingers crossed. That's just a rumor. I don't know if that's actually confirmed, but hopefully. Next, we got Bloodline, Sean William Scott being a axe murderer. Honestly, the thing I could compare this, if anybody's seen the show Dexter, this is kind of like that. So, it was alright. It wasn't the greatest, but it was a pretty solid movie. Then we have Pearl, and X, who is waiting for Maxine. I'm pretty excited. I'll watch anything Ty West is writing and directing, because it seems like he can't do any wrong. We have Men, Unsane, again, an underrated movie you probably haven't heard of, but it's a pretty solid movie. Next movie, Critters Attack. So you'll see somewhere again behind me with the entire Critters box set. This just, it's over the top. It's dumb. It's but I like Critters. I like that movie. Nightmare on Elm Street, the entire set. I swear we need to just everybody settle their differences. Give us a full box set like the Friday the 13th one up there of this. My God, it needs it. It deserves it. The entire Leprechaun set on Blu-ray. Black Phone. And this is kind of funny. I had it up here. Apparently I have it twice, so who knows? I pulled the other one out. Maybe we could do a giveaway or something. I don't know. But we have the Final Destination, all 5 films. So, superior. Matinee, this is just an awesome movie. John Goodman. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. It's like an homage to old school horror monster movies and stuff like that. Malignant. I should have waited to pick it up on 4K, but I'm not going to upgrade, not going to do it. The Descent, if you haven't seen this movie, phenomenal. The first 5 minutes alone, and it just makes you feel claustrophobic. It's a horrifying movie. And then last but not least, we have Smoke and Mirrors. So this is basically just a documentary about Tom Savini, his life, his work, all of the makeup, everything he's done is all rolled into here. I'll show you in the back too if you can read it. If it zooms, I don't know if it's going to. I apologize if it's not. But there's so many special features. It's the entire life of Tom Savini. go buy it, go watch it. You can get it on Amazon for I think like $20. It's definitely worth it. So with that being said, that is part 2 of my movie collection. What did you guys think? What did you guys like? Did you like this one more than the other section? Are you happy, you know, my gremlin showed up to do this with me? You know, do you want him a part of all the other ones? Who knows? Maybe he'll just kind of slowly come down, or maybe he just wants to hang out for the horror section. So either way, we'll see you in part 3.